Want more videos from our channel? Then all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button right now. Hey there guys, what's up and welcome back to our channel. Throughout sports history, there have been many shocking moments that we saw unfold before our very eyes. The past decade or so has been a brilliant stretch for the sports world with underdog champions, everlasting dynasties, and late drama in title games and title fights. It would be impossible to recap the entire evolution of sports in one post, but here's our take on it. Here's a look into the most unbelievable moments caught on sports. Conor McGregor makes his boxing debut against Floyd Mayweather.
If we were to get it on, I would most certainly dismantle him also.
Also known as the money fight for better or worse, Mayweather-McGregor was the biggest fight of the decade in terms of interest, pay-per-view buys, and purse. After a clown show of a build that included suits lined with curse words and accusations of illiteracy, Mayweather eventually won with a 10th round TKO. With both fighters leaving with the big, Stephen Curry hits a three from outer space to take down the Thunder.
Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what?
While it was just another primetime game rather than an NBA Finals, Steve Curry's buzzer beater from outer space against the Oklahoma City Thunder is a sports moment burned into the memories of any fan lucky enough to have been watching ESPN that night. Curry hits from the logo to win the game, earning a beautifully celebratory bang bang from play-by-play man Mike Breen. Curry jogged down the floor and pulled up from deep to sink his 12th three-pointer of the game, tying an NBA record. During overtime, he also broke his own NBA single-season record for threes in a season with his 287th triple. Curry finished with a game-high 46 points on 14 of 24 shooting. Kevin Durant led the Thunder with 37 points. Liverpool pulls off a miraculous comeback in Champions League semi-final. Soccer can be the cruelest of mistresses and provide moments of ecstasy. Liverpool didn't seem to have much of a chance heading into the second leg of the Champions League semi-final against Barcelona. After losing the first leg at Barca 3-0, the Reds needed a 4-0 victory to sneak into the final. Still, manager Jurgen Klopp instructed his players to play with everything they had, to fail in the most beautiful way, even if winning felt out of grasp. They would do better than that. Thanks to a pair of goals, each from Georginio Wijnaldum and Divock Origi, Liverpool pulled off the stunning comeback and would go on to defeat Tottenham in the final to lift the Champions League trophy for the first time since 2005. In what was a forced change, Georginio Wijnaldum ended up transforming the complexion of the matchup, and a bit part player at Liverpool finished it off. After replacing the injured Andy Robertson, Wijnaldum completed a 2-minute brace at the start of the second half to pull Liverpool level on aggregate. It wasn't even the first marquee game he scored in either. Auburn wins the Iron Bowl with the kick six. The greatest rivalry in college football is also responsible for the greatest sports moment of the decade. After a thrilling back-and-forth game, Alabama and Auburn were tied 28-28 with just seconds remaining. With the ball just past midfield, Alabama head coach Nick Saban decided to try for a long field goal to potentially win the game. The kick was short and fielded by Auburn's Chris Davis, who had been standing at the ready just beneath the crossbar. Davis broke free and sent the crowd at Jordan-Hare Stadium into hysterics with a 109-yard return touchdown to win the game and hand Alabama their first loss of the year. LeBron James seals the 3-1 comeback with a chase down block in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. If you had made a highlight reel of LeBron's best plays of the decade, it would stretch for hours, if not days on end. But his best play of the decade also was likely his most consequential. With just 2 minutes left in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, James chased down what looked like an easy bucket for the Warriors and slammed a block into the backboard. It was a play that had to be seen to believed. Facing a Warriors team that had gone 73-9 through the regular season, having the unanimous MVP, and once held a 3-1 lead in the finals, James won the third title of his career and finally brought a championship home to Cleveland. Sergio Aguero saves the title for Manchester City with the stoppage time stunner. On the final match day of the Premier League season in 2012, Manchester City needed only to defeat a lowly QPR side to win the league. But in the 66th minute, disaster struck, with QPR scoring to take a 2-1 lead and send panic into the hearts of City supporters. At the start of stopping time, City was given a lifeline thanks to a goal from Edin Dzeko, but still needed one more score to win the league. That's when Sergio Aguero worked his magic, scoring a dazzling goal in the desperate final seconds to win the title. It's as dramatic an ending as you can find in sports. Villanova wins the national championship at the buzzer. The 2016 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship was one of the best games in recent memory. After trailing by 10 with just under 5 minutes remaining, UNC tied Villanova at 74-74 with just 5 seconds left. But rather than settling for overtime, Villanova junior Chris Jenkins hit a 3 as the buzzer sounded to bring the Wildcats their first title since 1985. The national championship game came down to the team with the last shot. Fortunately for Villanova, that shot went to Chris Jenkins. The Villanova forward hit the game-winning jumper as time had expired. The shot followed Marcus Page's equally incredible game-tying 3. There have been a lot of memorable championship games, but it's hard to remember one with a better ending. Chris Jenkins, meet the history books. You'll be hearing about that shot for a long time. Usain Bolt proves he's still the fastest man alive. The title of fastest man alive is one of the most sought after in all of sports, elevating its holder to something closer to a superhero than merely an athlete. For 3 straight Summer Olympics, Usain Bolt proved to the world that no one could move through space faster, taking home golds in the 100 meters, 200 and 4x100 in the 2012 and 2016 Olympics. While he was always fast, the image of him smiling as he left his opponents in the dust during the 2016 Summer Olympics struck a particular chord with fans watching at home, grinning with the knowledge that no matter how his fellow sprinters tried, they stood no chance of catching him. Landon Donovan saves the United States with stoppage time game winner. At the 2012 World Cup, the United States was in need of a spark. After drawing their first 2 games of the group stage, the Americans needed a win over Algeria in order to move on to the knockout round. Algeria seemed stubborn to afford the Americans to advance, packing their defense and holding a 0-0 scoreline into the final seconds of the match. But as the game ticked into stopping time, Landon Donovan found a break, streaking down the field with hopes of finding the go-ahead goal. After passing the ball off, a good attempt from Clint Dempsey was denied, but the ball was free and a still streaking Donovan connected to send the USA forward. As commentator Ian Drake said on the call, "You couldn't write a script like this." You're free to share some of your most unbelievable moments in sports history by using the comments section below, and don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time, guys. Bye now.